and it's the playoffs. So old school intro. Of course, it's game day, which is kind of messed up. The NFL schedule makers do hate us, folks. They hate the 49ers. Last several years, we've had the least rest days, blah, blah, blah. It all adds up to they hate us. Okay. So we're playing on a short week in Seattle. Seattle's had the bye, so they got to go on vacation for a week, Not saying they did that, but they did get to. And it's like the third time we've played this team. So best of three, Eddie?
Yeah, that's what it's looking like.
Right? Best of three? It's
Uh-huh.
like it's just one of those things, and obviously, they don't have Geno Smith. If they had Geno Smith, I would not be worried. I'm not lying. I'm not going to lie to you. They have Sam Darnold, but your run game, week 18 was on fire,
It was.
And a lot of people like Tatum Bethune. He was the 7th round pick for a reason, folks. And honestly, I felt like our defense was playing better with Curtis Robinson in there. But we went and signed a veteran, Kendrick Perkins, or no, it's Kendrick. I don't know. I'm horrible with names, Eddie. So, but we signed the veteran, right?
Eric Kendricks.
Kendricks? Yeah, Eric Kendricks. There we go. And so we actually wanted to sign him a few years ago, but he chose to sign with the Cowboys instead. It's like, obviously he liked his vacation time in the off season, but we ended up signing that one guy that quit on us. What was his name? Devontae Campbell, whatever. Number 59.
Devontae Campbell.
Linebacker. Yeah. I don't think he actually even got signed this year.
I don't think so either.
I think all the NFL teams were like, yeah, you can't quit on a team. You just can't. But that's neither here or there. Thank you, Bebop. Bebop knows I'm horrible with names. He's been around in that. It's like all the people I work with. Do you know how many of their names I actually know? I'm going to tell you right now, there's 70 people that work there. I might know 20 of their names. Okay. It's not a I don't like you thing. It's a how long are you actually going to be here thing.
Uh-huh.
So, Gavin from Wales. What's up, buddy? David Corona in the building. What's cracking? Papa J. What up? Of course, we got Bebop in the building. Helping me out with names, which I appreciate. So this game, honestly, it's a little different. On our side, we have two players. Well, we're minus George Kittle. So that's not different from week 1 because I think he got knocked out in that game.
He did.
And so we're minus George Kittle. I honestly like Jacob Tonges. I like him. He's a good tight end. We picked him up. Someone put him on waivers. We picked him up. This is before the 2024 season, and have been developing him, for 2 seasons here, and he has become that tight end too that I've always wanted. We've never had a guy really behind George Kittle that isn't just a blocker. We've never had that. So now we have that, but he still isn't George Kittle. He's good, but he still isn't George Kittle.
Mm-hmm.
But, wide receiver wise, we get back Jacob Cowing, which I don't know if he's even going to play. All right. Like, young wide receivers will stay in the doghouse with Shanahan until their third or fourth season, unless they're a first round pick. Then they get to play, But it's like, I don't know why you don't do that. Reps in a game, you cannot replace that when it comes to developing a player. Like that one guy, Danny Gray, he didn't really work out. He didn't have good hands, though. He would catch the ball with his body. That was the big knock on him coming out of college. And he ended up on the Eagles practice squad. This was a third-round pick. We got Jordan Watkins, who we picked this last draft, and he's just the forgotten man on the depth chart. He's probably not even going to be active for this game. But he has great hands. He's a good route runner, and he has killer speed. He's the type of guy that could make an impact against them good defensive backs you have. But again, a young wide receiver. So Kyle Shanahan will go with the old wily veteran that can't get away from anybody, can't get any separation, can't over a guy that could literally make a move, hit the gas, and get a little bit enough separation to catch a ball. This is Kyle Shanahan, and it makes sense to him, but not to me. But we got the speedy kind of smaller guy, shifty guy, Jacob Cowing's back. Will he make an impact in this game? I have no idea. I don't know if he'll even be actually active. They did bring him back. They opened up his practice window. They brought him back. He tore his hamstring. Pretty much hasn't played all season.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's an excellent way to get in Kyle's doghouse. Unfortunately. But we got Trent Williams back. His injury designation has been totally removed. So he is healthy going into this game, which we did not have him week 18. Anthony Pleasance, good backup, but man, that guy got his ass kicked against you guys. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we have Trent Williams back. That'll make an impact on that side of the ball. The rest of the offensive line needs to play better than they did in the week 18, and they know it. So that's a we'll see what happens type of thing, right?
Right.
Defensively, Tatum Bethune is done. He's done for the season. We're not going to see him until next year. We have Eric Kendricks, and he made an impact in the last game. He played very well at the middle linebacker position. And he's going to be our starting middle linebacker in this game, which having a veteran in there with all the youngsters that will have some sort of impact, Main thing we got to do with you guys, though, is stop the run. Like, yes, I know JSN's there. You don't have to tell me. He is one of the best, if not the best, wide receiver in the NFL. Right?
Right.
But if we're able to stop the run and put the game on Sam Darnold, who isn't proven, he's been around for a long time, but he isn't proven. Doesn't have a playoff win. Last year with Minnesota, he had guys like Addison and Justin Jefferson. Minnesota had a decent offensive line too, and that's it. He went home. This season, different coach, different team, different players, but it's still Sam Darnold. So my biggest concern throughout the week when I heard he was injured, I was like, uh-oh. Are they going to play Milroe? Like, yes, Eddie, I was concerned about a rookie quarterback because I scouted that kid, and yes, he's raw. He definitely, you guys did the right thing signing someone for a couple years while he develops.
Yeah.
But he has like the type of ceiling that could be up there with Lamar Jackson. All right. He's that kind of player. And that's what concerned me is we have issues with mobile quarterbacks, right?
Right.
So throughout the week, I was watching that going, are they going to start? But they have Drew Lock too, though, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if they would actually start Jalen Milroe, but that was something I was concerned about. I'm like, I don't want to face him. You know, a rookie unknown quarterback. You can't even make a defensive game plan for that. You know, but at this point, it's the playoffs. You know, anything can happen. We are 7-point dogs going into this primetime matchup. I honestly think, 7 points, that's some disrespect there, buddy. That's disrespectful by the odds makers, you know, because we have close games. Like week 18, if McCaffrey catches that pass and actually punches it in, it's a 3-point game, you know, but he didn't. I'll just say that's what happened. And, but we always play each other tough. And to have us be 7-point dogs, that's disrespectful.
Wow.
You know? Did you know that was the point spread?
Yeah, I saw that. It's like they must think Seattle's gonna have a very good game.
And it's a divisional matchup. We know each other. You know, your head coach does well against Shanahan. You know, defensive game planning and whatnot. And I'm just like, set the disrespect. Like I could see 4-5 point. Okay, I could see that. But 7-point dogs? I believe we were 4.5 point dogs going into Philadelphia. We were. So, and you know, it's like, that's fine. I love being the underdog. I love being the underdog. You know, I didn't even pay attention to who the spreads on all the other games, though, buddy. I didn't. You know, it's like there's only one game that matters to me, and I don't even care, you know, who's next, because you have to win this game or your season's done. You know,
because like I was telling Dion that you don't want to face the Rams in the next round if they advance.
Either of us, whoever advances, there's a good chance we'll be going up against them. You know, because the Bears, first year head coach, he's done fantastic. I just don't think they have the defense to actually beat the Rams, even though it's an outdoor game, which that's something. Sam Darnold is 3-3 in outdoor games, and I think in the playoffs. So he's 500. You know, not Sam. My bad. Matthew Stafford. Well, jeez. But at this point, it's like, if you think about it, if the Rams win, they have to go, and you guys win, they have to go to Seattle to face you guys.
Yeah.
So they're going to be outdoors again. They're not in the dome, right?
Right.
And again, this is like whoever wins it. If we win, they play at home, which isn't going to be a home game for them. Because we take over that stadium every time we play. It's 65 to 70% Niners fans. So it's one of those, like, we played on the road here, you know, this season, and we had a couple quarterbacks say, I've never had to do a silent count in my own stadium. That's right, folks. We travel well.
Well, when you think about it, all other teams take over SoFi Stadium.
I know they don't have enough of a fan base to actually have a foothold in LA, and I don't understand why they left St. Louis. You guys had something there. You had a very faithful fan base, you know, you would fill your stadium with your own fans every week. And then you left St. Louis and went to LA, which LA is a basketball and college football town. That's it. Yeah, they have the Dodgers, but the Dodgers don't even get, like, they've been there forever. They don't get the support an MLB team does in other cities.
Uh-huh.
So it's like LA is just not a good town to have a sports franchise in. And the NFL put 2 there in the same stadium, which just baffles me.
Yeah. Well,
But
kind of like what the Jets and Giants do.
yes, yeah, New York, another big city in the U.S., franchises that are worth what, 7 to $10 billion, and you guys can't build your own stadium somewhere. Like, doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. Like San Diego, when they moved to LA, okay, get in that stadium for a couple of years while you build your own somewhere, but they're not even doing that. So, it's just interesting right there. But, are they really doing that?
What?
Levi's North. Now, Seattle fans come out in force. At this point, I believe I saw things about people going, "Oh, don't sell your tickets to Niners fans. If you're reselling your tickets on the internet, you do not have control about who that goes to."
That's what I'm
selling
saying.
it person to person, you do. But yeah, you have no control about that. I expect our fans to show up. How many? I don't know. Are we going to be half the stadium? I hope so. But when we watch the game, we'll see how many red jerseys, red and white 49ers jerseys there are in the stadium. I've never actually called it that. I always call the Ram Stadium Levi's Inglewood. It pretty much is. But so the matchup tonight, we are 7-point underdogs. The over-under is 45 points. I'm honestly taking the under because of how our games go. I am. I'm taking the under. I don't think it's going to reach 45 points. This is optimistic, Papa J. That's optimistic. I honestly think, I think 55-60% will be fantastic for us, but I don't know if we'll even reach that. It's always F the Rams, Corona. Always. I hope the Bears beat them. I don't care. And if the Bears beat them, that depends on the outcome of this game on where they play. So, this game decides more than just who moves on. It's where you play in next, And I just feel so disrespected about that 7-point, odds fair. It's like, damn, really? I mean, I know we have no Bosa, no Warner, no Kittle, no Mikael Williams. I know. But it's like we've pretty much done it all season, missing key pieces all year, with a young team that pretty much the last 2 years we've drafted, It's all yet to be seen. How do you feel about this game tonight, buddy? What type of game do you think it's going to be?
I mean, I would expect us I would expect a good game from our defense because we're coming off a whole rested week.
Really? So you don't think you're going to be like maybe be rusty from having a week off?
Well, maybe just a little bit. I mean, well, the best part, because when we heard about Sam Darnold injury, like he was smart to call it to end practice early, because you don't want to make it worse.
I'm just looking at things. But I'm reading the comments. I have no idea who you are. No idea who you are, and who's Davis. But I feel like this is going to be a grinded out game.
Yeah.
Both teams are going to make key plays on both sides. It's going to be like they say, football is a game of inches.
Yep.
And that's what this game is going to be about. Last week we went into halftime down by 3 points, and Kyle's record in not leading at halftime is horrible. But we came back and won the game. A couple years ago, that happened with Green Bay and Detroit. But when it comes to resilience, that's the one thing this team has. Our worst defensive back, which Jair Brown, occasionally he makes a play that makes you go, wow, this guy's good. But then the next play, he just gets smoked. So he's one of those depends on the play, type of guys. But we brought in the rookie Marquez Siegel, and who's got good size, excellent speed. He's a rangy safety. He can play nickel. He's a very versatile player. We brought him in, and he looked way better than he did early in the season, which that's what you expect out of a young player, to get better as the season goes, right? So, at this point, our weak link defensive backs wise is not going to be on the field. We do have Renardo Green, Lenore, Malik Mustafa, who's an excellent box safety, coverage skills he needs to work on. But Marquez Siegel does coverage very well. So, at this point, we have Eric Kendricks at middle linebacker. We have Wallow, which there's a chance that D. Winters plays. But at this point, Wallow played so well in his role last week. I feel like D. Winters should be the Will, not the Sam. Let's take it easy on the guy. Let's try to keep him healthy just in case we win this game and move on. Which obviously I'm not fully counting on. I give us a better chance to win this game than the odds makers do. Honestly, this is a 50-50 game in my opinion. Because we're division rivals, we know each other. Kyle Shanahan is going to watch that tape from week 18 and be like, okay, how do I counter that? But then your coach, it's a game of chess. Your coach is going to be like, all right, I need to change things up a little bit from week 18 because he's going to counter that, right? So it's a game of chess. And I expect a knockdown, drag out fight with the last possession possibly deciding this game. That's what it comes down to with us a lot, is the last possession, like against the Bears. When we played them, but Caleb Williams got outside the pocket, had all day to throw the ball, and ended up throwing an incomplete pass to finish that game. Week 18, we lost by 10 points, which it shouldn't have been that bad. I'm laughing at this. That'd be interesting because I'm an American citizen. But where would they deport me? Answer that. But so and I'm not one of those guys going, oh, we're gonna go in there and roll them like 45-3. I've seen people say that on both
Yeah,
sides. Seahawks and Niners. It's like, be real, guys.
no,
Like,
come on.
this is gonna be like a 20-17. Like a heart attack game. That's what this is gonna be. And I hope Kyle threw the point spread the odd makers made up in the locker room on the billboard, because that is just so disrespectful. So pretty much the game plan should be stop the run, make Sam Darnold have to throw the ball, and double cover JSN.
Yeah.
If we do those three things, who knows what the outcome's going to be. But, when it comes to beating us, what do you got? What do you got to do?
I would say, let's say, if you guys leave any empty holes for, like, say, Kenneth Walker, that's going to be a problem for you guys. Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet.
Yes.
And if you leave JSN wide open, that's going to be another problem.
Yeah, that's something that you just don't do, right? Like, honestly, I look at him like we need to not only cover him with like Lenore or Green. Green's actually pretty good. A lot of people are like, "Oh, he missed a play." Okay, like that's going to happen over the course of the game. No one's going to be playing a perfect game here, But if we put that safety over the top, and that's going to be Sigel's job, then we have a chance to actually slow him down. I'm not saying we're going to stop him, because I don't think we are. I'm thinking the only thing we can do is slow him down, though. Stopping the run game is key to beating you guys, though, because the last time we played, we couldn't stop you guys. Like, we couldn't stop a baby from walking. A toddler could have been running the ball up the middle and freaking got 5-6 yards. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, you don't want to repeat of that again.
No,
because otherwise, that's going to be a very long night for you guys.
Yes, it is. And we play tonight at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Which, if you've watched NFL all season, you would notice the underdogs win a lot of primetime games. But this being at Seattle, there's many things going against us, which is pretty much spells out our season. It's not the Niners against the world. It's the world against the Niners. Okay. But yeah, honestly, I think this is a 50-50 game, us being division rivals, and this being the third game we've played, and like, I still 7-point underdogs. Like, come on, but yeah, it's pretty much all I got for the game, buddy. What do you have anything else to add?
Well, okay, and the number one thing that's going to hurt us in the game is getting all these penalties.
Last week, we played at Philadelphia, and the ref, the head ref, the Eagles were 8-1 with him. That's insane, isn't it? And somehow we got I think 2 flags all game. I was like, so that shows good discipline on our part, Eagles fans were actually griping about Trent Williams holding on that last touchdown throw, but it was like when the guy got around him, he got his hands off and he let him go. Like, I see this happen every game in the NFL. So they could literally call holding on every play.
Yeah.
It's just, is it painfully obvious or not? You know? So but yeah. All right, Eddie, let's get on out of here. Now, everybody, don't forget to tune in and watch the game tonight. We'll see what happens.
All right.
Should be a good one.
Yeah, I think so. I would expect you guys to show up this time.
Yes. I mean, the whole team has that last game in mind,
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, we're going to get on out of here, get on doing everything we got to do on Saturday, prepare for the game tonight.
All right.
And everybody have a fantastic day. And as Corey Davis says, it's go 49ers and F all 31 other teams.
Mm-hmm.
And as I say, always fuck